Did you know that the way you treat your home can radically transform your life? The space you call home isn't just a place to sleep or store your things. It's a reflection of your soul, an extension of your inner world. Carl Jung, one of the greatest minds in psychology, revealed that our home is a mirror of our unconscious. Blessing your home isn't just about spirituality. It's a necessity for anyone who wants to live a fulfilled and aligned life. In this video, you'll discover how to bless your home, clear stagnant energy, activate powerful symbols, and create a space that not only reflects but amplifies your essence. Stick around until the end because what you're about to learn might just change everything you thought you knew about your home and about yourself. Just like our dreams reveal hidden aspects of our psyche, the state of our home can show us what's out of balance in our inner life. Think about it. When you walk into a messy room, how do you feel? Restless, stressed? And when you step into a clean, harmonious, light-filled space, what's your reaction? Probably a sense of calm and clarity. That's no coincidence. Jung reminds us that our outer environment is a mirror of our inner state. If your home is in chaos, there's a good chance your mind is too. If it's full of objects that no longer bring you joy, maybe you're also carrying emotional baggage that no longer serves you. But why is this connection between our home and our unconscious so powerful? For Jung, the mind is like an iceberg. The visible part, the one we consciously control, makes up only 5% of our psyche. The remaining 95%, submerged beneath the surface, is our unconscious, a reservoir of memories, emotions, and patterns that influence our actions without us even realizing. And our home, with its objects, colors, and energy, acts as a projection of that unconscious. It reveals what we've buried, what we've forgotten, and what we still need to face. For instance, have you ever noticed how some parts of your home feel stuck in time? A desk cluttered with years' worth of papers, a guest room turned into a storage dump. These spaces aren't just messy. They symbolize areas of your life you've neglected or avoided. Jung would call these shadows, the parts of ourselves we repress because they feel uncomfortable or painful. And these shadows, when left unacknowledged, can weigh on our emotional and spiritual well-being. But don't worry, becoming aware of this is the first step toward deep transformation. By understanding that your home is an extension of your psyche, you can begin to use that space to heal and evolve. Because, as Jung said, he who looks outside dreams, he who looks inside awakens. And your home, that place you live in every day, can become a powerful tool for awakening and inner harmony. So, take a moment to reflect and leave your thoughts in the comments. What state is your home in today? How do you feel when you're in it? These questions aren't random. They hold the key to understanding how your home can become a true sanctuary for your soul. First, let's dive a little deeper into this key concept from Jungian psychology, the shadow. For Carl Jung, the shadow represents everything we repress, everything we'd rather ignore within ourselves, our fears, our wounds, our unspoken desires. And guess what? These repressed aspects often find subtle ways to manifest in our environment, especially in our home. Take a moment to look around you. Are there items you keep just in case but never actually use? Clothes you no longer wear? Books you've never read? Mementos that weigh you down instead of inspiring you? These aren't just physical objects. They're symbols of your shadow. They represent parts of yourself that you've pushed aside, identities you've outgrown, or emotions you haven't yet faced. Jung teaches us that as long as we don't integrate our shadow, it continues to weigh on us, often without us even realizing, and this shows up in our home. A cluttered closet, for example, might symbolize an inability to let go. A room filled with painful memories may reflect a struggle to move on. And every object you keep out of habit or out of guilt might be a subtle reminder of something unresolved within you. But here's the good news. By clearing your home, you can also clear your mind. Every item you choose to donate, recycle, or toss out can be a symbolic act of release. Picture yourself holding an old jacket you haven't worn in years. Why are you still keeping it? Because it reminds you of a bygone time, because you're afraid of lacking, or simply because you never got around to letting it go. By releasing that item, you're not just making space in your closet, you're making space in your heart. This is what Jung called the process of individuation, a journey toward integrating all parts of ourselves, even the ones we prefer to ignore. And your home can be a powerful playground for this process. Every room, every corner, every object can become an opportunity to reconnect with yourself. But to do that, you have to act with intention. This isn't just about tidying up. it's about transformation. Here's a simple practice to get started. Choose a room in your home, preferably the one that feels the heaviest or most cluttered. Take a moment to observe each object. Ask yourself, does this item still serve me? Does it bring me joy or peace? If the answer is no, it might be time to let it go. But hold on, this isn't about throwing out everything that's not useful. It's about making conscious choices, recognizing what truly belongs to you and what no longer fits your story. For instance, if you're holding on to clothes you no longer wear, ask yourself why. Is it out of fear, nostalgia, habit? By understanding the emotions behind these objects, you can begin to release the stagnant energy they represent. And every item you let go of becomes one more step toward a lighter, more aligned version of yourself. But the shadow doesn't only manifest through physical items. It can also hide in the energy of your home. Have you ever felt a heavy atmosphere in a room, even if it was clean and tidy? That might be a sign that negative or stagnant energies have built up. To release them, you can try simple rituals like burning sage, diffusing essential oils, or simply opening the windows to let fresh air in. These practices aren't just symbolic. They have a real impact on your space's energy. The key is to transform your home into a sacred space, a reflection of your deepest essence. And that begins with facing your shadow, accepting that some things need to go for new things to arrive. As Jung said, one does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. And your home, with its cluttered corners and forgotten items, can be the starting point of that illumination. Now that we've started clearing the stagnant energy in your home, it's time to move on to the next step, harmonizing each room according to its deeper essence. For this, we'll draw inspiration from Jungian archetypes, those universal patterns that represent core aspects of our psyche. According to Carl Jung, archetypes are like psychological imprints that influence our behavior, emotions, and even our environment. And your home, with its different rooms, can be seen as a living map of these archetypes. Let's start with the kitchen, often seen as the heart of the home. In Jungian psychology, the kitchen is linked to the archetype of the mother, a symbol of nourishment, care, and creation. It's where we prepare meals, share family moments, and nurture those we love. But the kitchen also reflects our relationship with food, with our body, and with our ability to nourish ourselves emotionally. A messy kitchen, for example, might point to difficulty taking care of oneself or setting boundaries. On the other hand, a well-organized, welcoming kitchen can be a sign of balance and generosity. To honor the mother archetype in your kitchen, start by creating a space that inspires creativity and gratitude. Place a bowl of fresh fruit on the counter or hang an uplifting quote near the sink. Use warm colors like red or orange to energize the space. And most importantly, take time to cook with love. Because every meal prepared with intention is a way to nourish not just your body but your soul, too. Now let's move on to the living room, a space often associated with the host archetype. The living room is where we welcome others, share conversations, create memories. It's a space of connection but also of self-expression. That's why it reflects our relationships with others and with ourselves. A cluttered or impersonal living room might suggest difficulty opening up or feeling at ease in your own skin. In contrast, a cozy and inviting living room can signal confidence and generosity. To activate the host archetype in your living room, think about creating a space that encourages connection and relaxation. Arrange the furniture in a way that makes conversation easy. Add soft cushions and cozy blankets, and use calming colors like beige or green to create a serene atmosphere. You can also include elements that reflect your personality, family photos, artwork, souvenirs, so the space truly feels like yours. Next is the bedroom, an intimate and sacred space connected to the lover archetype. The bedroom is where we rest, where we dream, where we reconnect with ourselves. It's also a space of vulnerability, where we drop our masks and allow ourselves to simply be. That's why it can reflect our relationship with intimacy, with our body, and with our inner life. A messy bedroom, for example, might point to difficulty relaxing or accepting oneself. Contrast, a peaceful, harmonious bedroom can signal inner peace and self-love. To honor the lover archetype in your bedroom, start by creating a space that inspires rest and sensuality. Choose soft, comfortable bedding, use soothing colors like blue or violet, and add touches of tenderness, candles, flowers, subtle fragrances. You can even create a small altar in a corner of the room with objects that represent love and connection. a photo of your partner, a rose quartz, an inspiring quote. And most importantly, take time every evening to connect with yourself, whether through gratitude or a short meditation before bed. Finally, there's the office or workspace, often associated with the hero archetype. The office is where we tackle our challenges, work on our goals, and express our creativity. It's a space for focus and transformation. That's why it reflects our relationship with success, discipline, and our ability to overcome obstacles. A cluttered office might point to struggles with concentration or moving forward. On the other hand, an organized and inspiring workspace can be a sign of clarity and drive. To activate the hero archetype in your office, think about designing a space that promotes productivity and creativity. Keep things within reach, use stimulating colors like yellow or orange, and include elements that inspire you: books, quotes, symbolic objects. You can also start your day with a ritual like lighting a candle or writing down your intentions to connect with your mission and passion. Now that we've explored how archetypes can guide the energy of each room in your home, it's time for an essential next step: purification. As we've seen, your home is much more than just a physical space. It's an extension of your psyche, a reflection of your unconscious. And just like we need to clear our minds of negative thoughts and stagnant emotion, we also need to purify our home of energies that no longer serve us. But why is purification so important? For Carl Jung, our unconscious is deeply connected to the collective unconscious, this universal reservoir of symbols, myths, and energies that ties us all together. And our home, as a mirror of our psyche, can absorb not just our own energy but also that of others, former residents, guests, or even events that took place in the space. That's why it's vital to regularly cleanse our homes to release these energies and create a space that feels harmonious and aligned. So how do you go about it? Purification rituals have existed for millennia in nearly every culture. Whether it's burning sage, using incense, sprinkling salt water, or chanting mantras, the goal is the same: to clear negative energy and restore balance. And for Jung, these rituals aren't just symbolic. They're a way of connecting to the collective unconscious, of drawing on that universal wisdom to transform our lives. Let's start with a simple yet powerful ritual: smoke cleansing. Burning sage, palo santo, or incense is an ancient practice used to clear negative energy. Light your sage or incense and let the smoke drift through each room of your home. Go into the corners, under furniture, near doors and windows, the places where stagnant energy tends to gather. As you do this, visualize the smoke carrying away anything that no longer serves you: old emotions, painful memories, negative energy. You can also repeat an intention like, "I release all that no longer belongs to me." Another effective ritual is the use of salt water. Salt has long been a powerful purifier, used since ancient times to ward off unwanted energy. For this ritual, mix salt into a bowl of water and use it to sprinkle around each room of your home. You can also place small bowls of salt water in the corners of each room to absorb negative energy. The salt water acts like a magnet for heavy energy, and when you dispose of it outside, it symbolizes letting go of that energy from your life. But purification isn't limited to physical rituals. It can also include subtler practices like visualization or meditation. For example, you can sit in the center of your home, close your eyes, and imagine a pure white light moving through each room, each object, each corner. Visualize this light cleansing everything, taking away what no longer belongs, and leaving behind a clean, bright, harmonious space. This type of ritual is especially powerful because it activates your intention and your connection to your unconscious. Why do these rituals work? According to Jung, symbols and rituals have a deep impact on our psyche. They allow us to communicate with the unconscious, to transform invisible energies into concrete actions, and to reconnect with our deepest essence. When we purify our homes, we're not just cleaning, we're engaging in a process of inner transformation. But a word of caution: purification should not become an obsession. It's not about trying to remove every trace of negativity, but about creating balance. As Jung said, the shadow is part of the light. By accepting that some energies are part of our experience, we learn to integrate them rather than fear them. Purifying your home is a way of caring for yourself. It's an act of love toward your space, but also toward your spirit. And each time you cleanse your home, you strengthen your connection to your unconscious, the collective unconscious, and your deepest essence. But once you've cleansed and cleared the stagnant energy, what comes next? How do you fill that empty space with energy that supports, inspires, and guides you? That's where symbols come in. Because as we've seen, your home is much more than just a physical space. It's a reflection of your psyche, an extension of your unconscious, and symbols, those objects, images, and colors that resonate with you, are powerful keys for turning your home into a true sanctuary. But for symbols to work, they need intention. As Carl Jung once said, a symbol is the best possible expression of something unknown. By consciously choosing the symbols that fill your space, you can create an environment that supports your personal transformation. Take, for example, a spiritual altar. An altar isn't just a collection of objects, it's a representation of your inner journey. Each item placed on it carries deep meaning: a candle for inner light, a stone for grounding, a photo for connection. And when you take the time to create an altar, you activate those symbols. You breathe life into them. You turn a simple corner of your home into a sacred space, a mirror of your deepest essence. But symbols aren't limited to altars. They can be found all throughout your home in the colors you choose, the images you hang, the objects you place with purpose. A quartz crystal in the living room can amplify clarity and harmony. A picture of the moon in the bedroom can evoke intuition and dreaming. A green plant in your office might symbolize growth and vitality. Every detail matters because every detail speaks to your unconscious, and that's where the magic of symbols lies. They work quietly, often without us realizing it. They influence our mood, our thoughts, our emotions. They remind us who we are, what we want, and where we're going. And by choosing symbols that resonate with you, you can create an environment that nurtures your personal evolution. So how do you choose the right symbols? The key is to follow your intuition. Ask yourself, what speaks to me? What inspires me? What makes me feel aligned? Sometimes a symbol may seem insignificant to others, but it holds deep meaning for you. A seashell from the beach might recall happy memories. An old book may remind you of a time of growth. A certain color might evoke a feeling of peace. Let your heart guide your choices. It speaks the language of symbols. Once you've chosen your symbols, it's important to activate them with intention. For example, if you place a candle on your altar, take a moment to light it with a specific purpose, whether it's peace, clarity, or protection. If you hang an inspiring image, make time to look at it each day and connect with what it represents. If you're using crystals or stones, cleanse them regularly and program them with your intentions. And remember, symbols evolve as you do. What resonated with you a year ago might no longer hold the same meaning today. That's why it's important to regularly revisit the symbols in your home, rearrange them, or replace them if needed. Because, like you, your home is constantly evolving, and every change you make is an opportunity to reconnect with your essence. By integrating symbols into your home, you're not just decorating. You're creating a silent language that speaks directly to your unconscious. You're transforming your space into a mirror of your soul, a powerful tool for your personal growth. And each time you step into a room, you're met by energies that support, inspire, and guide you. What if I told you your home is the stage for an epic adventure? An adventure in which you are the hero, the guide, and the creator. Because according to Carl Jung, our life is a series of cycles, challenges, and transformations, a true hero's journey. And your home, the space you live in every day, can become a reflection of that inner adventure. For Jung, the hero's journey is a universal archetype, a model describing the individual's path to self-discovery. This journey often begins with a call, a sense of dissatisfaction, a desire for change, a question that keeps echoing inside you. And for many, that call shows up in the home. Maybe you felt the urge to rearrange a room, throw out useless items, or simply create a more harmonious space. That's no coincidence. That's the beginning of your journey. The first step of this adventure is the call to adventure in your home. This might show up as a realization. This space no longer reflects who I am or who I want to become. It's a crucial moment because it marks the beginning of your transformation. But like any hero, you might feel resistance. Change takes courage. It means confronting parts of yourself you'd rather ignore, memories you've buried, emotions you haven't fully processed. That's when your home becomes a powerful ally. Every room, every object, every corner can become a mirror of your psyche. By cleaning your home, you're also clearing your mind. By reorganizing your space, you're reshaping your life. And by transforming your home, you begin to transform your story. The second step of the hero's journey is crossing the threshold. This is when you leave your comfort zone and enter the unknown. In your home, it might mean facing neglected rooms, avoided objects, stagnant energy you've let sit. It's a hard step, but an essential one. As Jung said, one does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. Take that wardrobe full of clothes you never wear. Why are you still holding on to them? Because they represent a version of yourself you've outgrown, because they carry memories you haven't yet processed. By opening that wardrobe, sorting through those clothes, and letting go of what no longer serves you, you're doing much more than tidying up. You're crossing a threshold. You're confronting your shadow, integrating your past, and making space for your future. The third step is transformation. This is the heart of the hero's journey, the moment when deep change takes place in your home. This might look like creating a space that truly reflects your essence, a space where every detail holds meaning, every object is chosen with purpose, every room breathes harmony. It's a slow process, but a powerful one, because in transforming your home, you're also transforming your relationship with yourself. But be aware, the hero's journey isn't a straight line. There will be moments of doubt, setbacks, and challenges to overcome. Sometimes you'll feel lost, like you've taken a wrong turn. Other times you'll feel crystal clear, as if everything finally makes sense. And that's okay, because as Jung said, the path to the self is full of obstacles, but every obstacle is an opportunity for growth. Finally, the last step is the return. It's when you come back to yourself, transformed with a new understanding of who you are and what you want in your home. This may show up as a feeling of peace, alignment, wholeness. You look around and think, this space feels like me. It reflects my essence, my values, my dreams. It's a moment to celebrate, but also to take responsibility. Because now that you've transformed your home, it's time to maintain that energy, to keep evolving, growing. The hero's journey is an invitation to live fully, to embrace every stage of your path with courage and curiosity. And your home, with its rooms, objects, and energies, can be your greatest ally in this adventure. Because like you, it's always changing. And every change is a chance to reconnect with your essence. Throughout this video, we've explored how your home is so much more than just a physical space. It's a reflection of your inner world, an extension of your unconscious. We've seen that by cleansing and organizing your home, you're not just creating a more harmonious environment, you're also releasing stagnant energies that weigh on your mind and soul. We've learned that every object, every room, and every purification ritual can become a powerful tool for self-discovery and personal transformation. The importance of turning your home into a sanctuary goes far beyond aesthetics or comfort. It's about creating a space that nurtures your soul, reflects your truest essence, and supports your journey of growth. When you care for your home with intention, you're also caring for yourself, strengthening your connection to your unconscious and to the collective unconscious. And now it's your turn to put these insights into practice. Start small. Choose one room, one object, or one ritual that resonates with you and take the first step. You'll be amazed at how these seemingly simple changes can bring deep rewards, greater mental clarity, inner peace, and a renewed sense of purpose. If you've made it this far, it means this message touched your heart. So I invite you to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to keep journeying with us. Here we dive into themes that help you live with more awareness, more harmony, and more meaning. And before you go, drop a comment saying, "My home is my sanctuary." That affirmation isn't just a phrase. It's a commitment to yourself, to your home, and to the life you want to create. Thank you for watching until the end. Remember, every small change you make in your home is a step toward a more fulfilled and aligned life. See you in the next video.